Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Teshwardo. Today I'm going to be covering or at least showing off the kit and all for Bastila Shan. I know I'm a little late on it. I apologize. I had to work at the wrong time. Uh, I went to work. I was told to come in at 8, and then later on I had to go close instead after I found the schedule. So I had to leave, come back, and during that time they had the release of the characters. And yeah, so I didn't really get a chance to record, especially since when I was doing the update or on my lunch break, it didn't update properly, and there was a lot of bugs at that time. Of course, those are being fixed as we speak. So yeah, and also I just want to mention there was one bug this morning. I tried doing the Zeta battle. It wouldn't let me Zeta battle unless I went in manually. And when I went in manually one time, it did two battles, or it counted as two battles instead of one. It was weird. I don't know if anyone else had that problem, but yeah, today is July 12th. I know yesterday again was Bastila's character release. So yeah, let's go ahead and activate her first, and then we'll go from there. And there she is. I will admit, oh man, I can't. There we go. I will admit her face looks a little different from the actual KOTOR facial look, but you get the clothing idea. It's just her face just kind of doesn't. I don't know. Developers did good though. They did good. I'm not saying they did bad. It looks so different than the face that was um, on the KOTOR 1 character. So I will say right now, this character I'm not going to work on until she's, free to play. Then I'll start farming her. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about her abilities maxed out permanently. Deal special. So our basic Jedi Assault, deal special damage to target enemy and inflict ability block for one turn. This attack deals 20% more damage and has 20% more potency for each active Jedi ally. That's pretty good. If you have a whole Jedi team, there you go. Rally. Bastila dispels all debuffs from herself and target ally. They both gain offense, defense, speed, accuracy. They have a new ability called accuracy up. You'll see it looks like a little targeted arrow. And critical chance up for 3 turns. Then Bastila calls that ally to assist. Wow. That's insane. So she cleanses a bit. That's pretty good. And then you could call that ally to assist and give them a bunch of buffs. That's huge. Offense, defense, okay, no crit damage, but yeah, still pretty good. Submersive defenses deal special damage to target enemy, dispel buffs on them, and stun them for one turn. Now, I will say, I was watching Mobile Gamer's live stream and all, and he was having a hard time with the stun hitting a lot, and he even threw a potency cross on just to do that. So, yeah, you may have to do like a potency set, like speed potency or something like that. Anyways, initiative at the start of the battle, Jedi allies gain 15% turn meter and protection up 200%. Can't be dispelled. It's huge. And then Jedi tank allies gain taunt for one turn. While Jedi allies have protection up, they have 150% tenacity and deal 35% more damage. Huge right there. I want to say this right now. There are, I think, like 5 tanks in the game that are Jedi. You got GK, Old Ben, Kanan. Those are the only 3 that ever taunt, anyways, on their own. Then you got Mace Windu and Plo Koon. So you can literally have Mace Windu and Plo Koon in there just to taunt under her leadership. That's huge. And if you have 2 characters, like say you decide to run Old Ben and GK at the start, you're getting them. You're making them taunt. They're tanks, so they can take a lot of hits. But you're adding 200% protection to a tank that's taunting. That's huge. And then they have a plus 150% tenacity and deal 35% more damage. Huge. I know they were testing it and still does fall short to Emperor Palpatine teams, and Jedi Training Ray teams, or not Jedi Training Ray, Kreia teams, or Treya. Sorry, not Kreia. Treya. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I feel like she is going to be the Jedi version of Darth Maul just because you get that speed. Like Darth Maul's leadership gives 20 speed, 20 evasion, or 20 turn meter and 20 evasion, and then you get stealth, and you can't be critted while stealth. So this is kind of just the Jedi version of it. So that's kind of cool. So then legendary battle meditation. Unique. At the start of Bastila's turn, she recovers 2% protection for each buff she has, and all other allies gain 3% turn meter. Doubled for Jedi, and legendary battle meditation for 1 turn. That's huge. And all the allies gain 3% turn meter, 6. So every time it's her turn, every other Jedi is getting sped up. That's huge. Man, just imagine if she already gave like plus 25 speed, then the plus 15 turn meter. She's going to really have fast Jedi. Probably faster than Qui-Gon Jinn's. And Qui-Gon seems like to work out that. Well, Qui-Gon works based on speed. But anyways, and that's his leadership. Legendary battle meditation. Oh, wait, and legendary battle meditation for 1 turn. And it gives plus 50% potency, 35% counter chance, which is doubled for Jedi, which is 70%. So that's pretty good. So if they have battle meditation, they got counter chance. So you got essentially another counter chance character leader for Jedi. So that's pretty cool. I will say I'm going to only speculate a few teams with this. Like you can run GK, Old Ben, Ezra under her, and then use a mixture of Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda. Some people are trying to do Grandmaster and Hermit Yoda. You could do that too, so add some survivability. Grandmaster Yoda, Hermit Yoda, GK, Old Ben, and then her. Old Ben taunting, so if he does die first, at least he can take someone out. Let's see, another one you could sub in there is Thrawn. Thrawn's good to control Trey too, but like Scion. Control Scion's taunt, so you're not sticking behind his taunt. So yeah, that's kind of cool though. I will say that is a cool kit for Bastila. So this week is Bastila and Jolee Bindo. I am going to cover Jolee Bindo when I activate him, so bear with me on that. I'm just going to cover his kit then just because of how late it's been. That's another reason why I'm recording on my phone this time, but I'm still going to be transferring it to my computer and doing the intro, outro stuff. So, and then next week, I'm going to predict the other 2 characters. I'm assuming next week will be T3, M4, and there's 5. That's right. It could be actually. I'm kind of predicting next week we'll get Mission and Zalbar. That's going to be my prediction, and then the following week will be hopefully an HK rework with T3 and M4 added in. A few other things I want to cover in this video. So I just want to read these. Faction packs offered no longer appear during basic training. Okay. Bosk is now available in Scoundrel Faction Pack and the Mega Pack. These packs can be found alongside Credit Heist in those events and Hoth Omega Battle events. Okay, cool. Also, Bosk is now 9B. Ewok Scout was on there. You can still farm Ewok Scout. Hopefully they add a couple of the characters they've been taking off to like stores and stuff, but Bosk is now farmable, and he's now in my favorites so that I can start farming him, so Bounty Hunters has a viable tank. Early game quests have been changed. Some early game quests now give training droids as rewards. Character shard rewards from early game quests have been reduced. Crystal rewards have been reduced. All quests have their XP rewards removed. Okay. Infi's Nest and Cure are now available in these areas. Chromium packs, and so yeah, you get to collect these scoundrels. Sweet. So delete that. And so the last thing I want to cover in the video, so you have to bear with me on this. There's a couple of characters I'm going to talk about, and I will talk about a little bit more in depth when I do a recording tonight on these 2 factions. So I'm going to talk about these first ones. Yeah, this is the team I used to unlock Bastila, which I'll probably be using the same to unlock Jolie Bendo. Except I might actually use GK as lead just so that I can start chaining off the heals. I might make a heal train. I think it'd be kind of funny. So, if you noticed, we have Sith Soldiers. This is the first character I want to talk about in the event. I don't know what characters they decided to create for the event. I know I'm just going to skim through really quickly. Skip through till the last battle, which has the Sith Commando. But Sith Soldier, if you really look at it, other than they do get health steal or health heal over time, I feel like it would be cool to see this kind of character. Oh, actually, I just go to phase 2, actually. I just need to get rid of these Sith Soldiers. See that? A Sith that heals. That's a Sith Commando. Oh, I can't. Go away. So yeah, Sith Commando. So these two characters I feel like would be great opportunities to add to the game. Just to give Sith 2 new characters. Giving Sith a 3rd tank. So you could theoretically go, if they allowed it, Sith Triumvirate under Traya, Sith Trooper, and Sith Soldier. You have 3 tanks they have to fight through just to kill off your ticking time bomb and your annoying character. Well, the Triumvirate are just annoying in general. So yeah, you got a lot to deal with. So I just wanted to show that really quick. I also like the new locations. Like that was, I think, the Sith base on Terrace. And then you get this one, which is the underground, which is mostly the event. I was hoping there was going to be some more areas to fight. But yeah, this is the area you fight in, but while you're trying to get into the, I think it's the Bex base. So we already got Gamorrean Brute as a playable character. Let me get rid of you. Okay, there we go. But there's also a Gamorrean Thug. And at the end of this, there's also the chance of fighting a Gamorrean boss, which now they have 5 characters in the game, one being a Gamorrean guard. The Gamorrean guard would be is the only one we can play as. Then you got the Gamorrean captain, the Gamorrean brute. Then you got the Gamorrean thug now. And at the end of this, you do got a Gamorrean boss, which I think it'd be cool to see all 5. And the Gamorrean captain and boss would have leaderships for the Gamorrean guards. And you just have a Gamorrean team. They'd be scoundrels. They could always have an underworld tag if they need one. I will admit, I like this boss. He's level 1. Obviously, they would have this boss be more, what do you say, probably more, not like that powerful. It would be more of a playable boss. But this would be like a very tanky, one of those factions that would be all of them be very tanky, and then they'd still hit pretty dang hard, in my opinion. So I just wanted to show that really quick, because I feel like with the introduction to these events, yeah, I like the characters. I normally don't cover the marquee events, just because the marquee events, everyone can just do on their own. But I just want to give kind of a shout out to what they did. The developers did really well linking to, getting that the memories that you play in KOTOR 1. They're going through the underworld of Terrace, going through the upper world, or the Sith bases of Terrace. It's awesome. Man, it is awesome. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that, and a possible couple of characters to add in. Maybe one month they do a Gamorrean month. Rework Gamorrean guard, give him a unique, and then just make the rest of them, throw them in. Because, like I said, they already have 2 others in the raid area for the Rancor. I know this isn't really an exciting faction to have, and maybe they could have kind of a general leadership. We got Gamorrean captain, granted, and the Gamorrean captain heals, so he could technically do all allies gain 30% turn meter, offense up, and then other allies recover 50, or just change it to then all allies recover like 50% of their max health or something. And also, the Gamorrean captain and maybe the Gamorrean boss could have a death mark synergy, just like Death Troopers, so they can spread around that debuff more, because there's not a lot of characters that have that debuff. So I just wanted to mention that, that this is, and then again, the Gamorrean Brute is right there. That's basically what you're facing. He gains taunt and defense up for 2 turns, and then gains 70% turn meter. And so yeah, Gamorrean, and then they just introduce the oh man, I totally spaced the name, but yeah, they introduced that in the boss. Yeah, you got a 5-team, 5 Gamorreans, and yeah, you'd be set. You'd be set for the game to just play as a Gamorrean team. Granted, would they be a good in arena? Probably not. Unless they actually become viable randomly in the arena just because of throwing around Deathmark a lot. Because if they could start throwing Deathmark around between the captain and the boss, I think that'd be great. But, time will tell when that happens. But for the most part, I just want to cover that a little bit. And again, the Sith Soldier is just like the Sith Trooper, except I think instead of gaining protection up, they do the heal over time, which still doesn't hurt. And they would have a similar kit. Never hurts to have a similar kit. Stormtrooper Han and Stormtrooper kind of have a slight similar kit, except Stormtrooper Han has a leadership just because Stormtrooper Han. So, but other than that, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate all those watching the videos that I make. I'm glad you guys were able to start getting KOTOR characters. Also, definitely check out the KOTOR games if you have not checked them out. I'm going to probably be starting a playthrough eventually. I wouldn't mind eventually setting up a playthrough and recording it. Once I do that, yes, stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day.